Welcome back to the Hollywood Con, where we dive into the wildest scams, frauds, and scandals to ever come out of the entertainment world. Today, we're counting down 5 shocking scams pulled off by celebrities you know and recognize. From fraudulent festivals to reality TV fraudsters, insider trading queens to Hollywood A-listers dodging the taxman, these stories remind us that sometimes the biggest con artists are hiding in plain sight, smiling from our screens. So grab a seat, because here are the top 5 celebrity scams and frauds that shook Hollywood and beyond. Number 5. Wesley Snipes, Hollywood's tax evasion blockbuster. Wesley Snipes wasn't just an action hero on the big screen, he was Blade, a vampire-hunting icon. But behind the red carpets and fight scenes, Snipes was running from something far scarier than vampires, the IRS. Between 1999 and 2001, Snipes failed to file his federal income tax returns, even though he earned nearly $40 million during that period. Instead of paying up, Snipes got entangled with tax protester groups that claimed Americans didn't actually have to pay taxes. Spoiler alert, they were wrong. In 2008, Snipes was convicted on 3 misdemeanor counts of failing to file tax returns and sentenced to 3 years in federal prison. The image of a beloved action star serving hard time for something as unglamorous as unpaid taxes shocked fans across the world. And here's the scandalous part. Snipes didn't just quietly dodge taxes. He reportedly sent the IRS bizarre letters challenging their authority, demanding millions in refunds, and even signing his name as a non-resident alien. In reality, he was a U.S. citizen earning millions in Hollywood, but trying to twist the law into his own Hollywood script. The court wasn't buying it. Snipes served his full sentence and was released in 2013, but his career never fully recovered. The story became a cautionary tale. No matter how big your box office draw, even the taxman will find you. Number 4. Martha Stewart, from homemaking queen to prison orange. For decades, Martha Stewart was America's trusted homemaker. She built an empire around cooking, decorating, and entertaining, becoming a global lifestyle icon. But in 2001, Martha's pristine empire cracked. Here's what happened. Stewart owned nearly 4,000 shares of a biotech company called Imclone Systems. When she got a tip from her broker that the company's CEO was dumping shares ahead of bad news, she quickly sold hers too, just a day before the stock tanked. That move saved her about $45,000. In 2004, Stewart was convicted of conspiracy, obstruction of justice, and lying to investigators about the trade. She served 5 months in prison. The scandal was explosive because Stewart wasn't just another celebrity. She was seen as the wholesome, trustworthy face of the American household. The idea that she had dipped into the shady world of insider trading was like finding out Santa Claus had a side hustle in stock fraud, and prison wasn't glamorous either. Stewart later described it as horrifying and frightening, sharing stories of working in the prison laundry and cleaning toilets. The tabloids called her Martha Stewart living behind bars. When she got out, though, Stewart managed to do what many fallen celebrities can't. She rebuilt. Her brand is still alive today, but the prison sentence is forever stamped on her legacy. Number 3. Loughlin, Aunt Becky cheats the system. When news broke in 2019 about the Operation Varsity Blues college admissions scandal, it felt like a script straight out of a TV drama. Dozens of wealthy parents, including celebrities, were caught bribing coaches, faking athletic profiles, and cheating standardized tests to sneak their kids into elite universities. And at the center of it all was Lori Loughlin, beloved as Aunt Becky from Full House. Loughlin and her husband, designer Massimo Giannulli, paid $500,000 to get their two daughters admitted to USC. The scheme involved faking that the girls were recruits for the rowing team, despite neither of them ever rowing competitively. The staged photos of her daughters on rowing machines became one of the most infamous details of the scandal. The scandal was scandalous not only because of the crime itself, but because it exposed the enormous privilege gap in education. Here were wealthy celebrities literally buying opportunities their kids didn't earn, while millions of families around the world struggled to afford tuition or even get their kids noticed by admissions. Loughlin was sentenced to 2 months in prison, while Giannulli got 5. Their daughters lost brand deals, and the family's reputation was shredded. And let's be honest, the irony of America's wholesome Aunt Becky orchestrating a fraud scheme so her daughters could pose as fake athletes was too much for audiences to ignore. The scandal became a meme, a Netflix doc, and a permanent stain on Loughlin's career. Number 2. Jen Shah, reality TV star, real-life fraudster. Reality TV thrives on drama, but in Jen Shah's case, the drama wasn't scripted. It was a federal crime. Shah rose to fame on The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, flaunting designer clothes, luxury cars, and a lavish lifestyle. But in 2021, federal prosecutors revealed that Shah was bankrolling her lifestyle through a massive telemarketing fraud scheme. For nearly a decade, Shah and her associates ran a network that targeted elderly and vulnerable people with fake business services. Victims were promised coaching, marketing, and website design to start small businesses, but the services were worthless. The scheme scammed thousands of people out of tens of millions of dollars. And here's where it gets scandalous. While Shah was orchestrating this fraud, she was bragging on national TV about how much money she spent, throwing $80,000 parties and dripping in designer fashion. She even bragged about having a Shah squad of assistants. In 2022, Shah pled guilty and was sentenced to 6.5 years in prison, later reduced to 5.5. She reported to a Texas prison in 2023. Her downfall is one of the starkest examples of a celebrity living large on the backs of real victims, many of them elderly people who lost their life savings. What made it even more gripping for audiences was watching her fraud unravel in real time while the cameras kept rolling. It was reality TV in the most literal, tragic sense. Number 1. Billy McFarland and Ja Rule, the Fyre Festival fiasco. And at the top of our list, we have the ultimate celebrity scam that went down in pop culture history, Fyre Festival. In 2017, entrepreneur Billy McFarland and rapper Ja Rule promised the world a luxury music festival in the Bahamas. Guests paid thousands of dollars for VIP packages, private villas, and gourmet dining, marketed with glossy ads featuring supermodels like Kendall Jenner, Bella Hadid, and Emily Ratajkowski. But when festival goers arrived, they found disaster relief tents instead of villas, sad cheese sandwiches instead of fine dining, and not a single headliner ready to perform. Social media exploded with viral photos of the chaos, and Fyre Festival instantly became the blueprint for modern scams. The scandal wasn't just about a failed festival. It was about how celebrity culture, influencer marketing, and social media hype can sell us dreams that are pure fiction. Ja Rule distanced himself from the fraud, but his name is forever tied to it. McFarlane, meanwhile, was convicted of multiple counts of fraud and sentenced to 6 years in federal prison. One of the juiciest details is that McFarlane continued scamming even while awaiting trial, selling fake VIP tickets to events like the Met Gala and Coachella. He couldn't stop himself. The Fyre Festival remains a cultural touchstone, a perfect storm of celebrity hype, influencer greed, and outright fraud. It wasn't just a scam, it was a modern parable about believing the Instagram illusion. So there you have it, the top 5 celebrity scams and frauds that shocked Hollywood and the world. From tax evasion to insider trading, college bribery to fraudulent festivals, these stories remind us that fame and fortune don't make someone trustworthy. If anything, they sometimes make the cons even bigger. Which one of these scandals shocked you the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss another deep dive into Hollywood's wildest cons. Until next time, this is the Hollywood Con, where behind every spotlight, there's a shadow.